I left college bound for a university degree in chemistry, but just before I was due to start, I switched and changed my mind with God's guidance to go on a gap year working in schools with a Christian rock band. And I was going to be a sound engineer with them. That had involved going into schools and taking lessons, being involved with children as they explored Christianity. As I was working in the schools, it was quite clear that if I was going to be a teacher, and that's what God wanted me to do in the future, that really maths was the thing that I should be doing in school. And that didn't happen instantly. It wasn't a snap decision. It was something that I became more and more aware of as I was working in the schools with the young people, imagining where I was going to go. And that's played a real key role in me becoming a teacher today. I suppose a great thing for me was being able to talk with my family about where I was going to go, what it'd be best for me to do, where God wanted me to be. And that was probably one of the biggest factors there, being able to talk with other Christians in my family, at church, people who led the gap year. They were able to guide me in that process. That was backed up with prayer, with other things, but a key thing was really talking with experienced people who've been in that situation before, who can help guide you there. And now I've ended up at St Christopher's. St Christopher's is a Christian school based in Accrington, serving families of the local area and Christian families from further afield in Burnley, in Padiham, in Oswaldtwistle. It's a great place to work. It's a place where the Christian ethos really shines through in all areas of school. The best thing about working in a school is probably the moments that you get when a pupil gets something, when they realise how to solve that equation, when they realise how to plot the graph. And you can see it in their face quite a lot of the time, when their face lights up and they say, "I've got it." And that's a great feeling. In my role as a form teacher, I'm able to spend time every morning with pupils. We sometimes have a bit of worship, sometimes have a time for prayer, and sometimes just have times to build relationships with each other. And that's a really key time, getting to know those pupils really well outside of the maths classroom. So you can help them with any worries they've got, any difficulties they might be facing, whether that's in school, outside of school. Maybe that's a time when I become a social worker, not a teacher. Amen. A vital thing at St Christopher's, and I suppose at any Christian school, is to pray with each other. Every Monday and every Friday there's prayer meetings that go on that people can go to, and when you have time, I manage to get to. And those are really vital times where we can hand everything over to God, whether that's lessons that will happen that day, trips going abroad. Any detail here can be offered over to God. And that's a real comfort to know as you start that day, as you start a week, to know that you're going to be doing that with God, for God. It could be quite easy to feel as a Christian that maybe the only form of ministry might be to be a vicar, to be a lay reader, to be doing something, working in a church. But every day I'm working with young people, guiding them, helping them achieve their potential. And if that isn't a form of ministry, then maybe I've got this wrong. This is a job that allows me to help people grow, both spiritually, emotionally, and working with their education as well, to develop themselves as a whole person, to be ready for the world of work, to interact in their communities. If you're thinking about where you're going to go with your future career, or whether you might be thinking about ministry, you might be thinking about working in a school or in an office, get stuck in there, find out what it's like to work there. That's probably where you'll hear God's voice speaking to you, guiding you where to go, to live a life that can build his kingdom, that can really fulfill God's potential for your life.